Welcome to the show. My name is Lee, keeping you company. And on the show this morning, we have Chef Ajay Chopra, the renowned Indian chef and celebrity. Welcome, sir. How are you doing this morning?
Very well, Lee. Thank you so much for this warm welcome.
I'm so glad you're here. You are a moody personality or a moody personality. You've also worked on MasterChef India season 1 and 2.
That's right.
In the host. I'm so glad to have you here. Huge fan myself.
Thank you.
Tell me more about yourself. You've had 25 years of experience as well. A huge platter, I would say. Tell me more how it started and where do you see yourself now?
Well, I think it started when I was 9, so
Uh-huh.
I don't even have a count of how many years that is. I'll be celebrating my birthday soon and I'll be 47, so you do the maths.
I can't. No, quick math's not working.
All right, yeah. So it all started then, and my mum is a person who loves tea, and one evening she did not make tea for herself, which she used to do every single day, and I saw something missing in her life, and I saw that she was lying down and she was burning in fever. So I took the courage and went to the kitchen and made we are Punjabi, so we don't have cups of tea, we have glasses of tea.
Right.
So I made her a glass of tea, typical steel glass, and she was just filled with tears at that point. And that day, something moved inside me. I didn't know what that feeling was, to be very honest, but I started pursuing it. So I started loving my time in the kitchen, standing with mum and just learning things and going out and seeing and, just trying to grasp everything. Very honestly, this is 1994 I'm talking about, or 1990. At that point in time, a career as a chef was not known. There was only Chef Sanjeev Kapoor and then maybe a few others. There were chefs in the hotels, but it was not very publicized and known. To the extent that I come from a very small city. I was doing my class 12th in a place called Sonipat in Haryana. And, we were called Bawarchis. So at that point in time, thinking about a career like this was impossible. In fact, it's funny because I'm sitting in Bangalore. My brother lives here and he brought out a book, my chemistry book of my class 11th. And I saw that, I still have that video, I'll show you. And it says goal MBBS, So my goal was to become a doctor, and that was because my parents wanted that. My internal goal was to become an architect, but here I am as a chef. So there's too much in between that I can talk about for at least a year. But to just cut this long story short, I think the passion started at the age of 9.
Right.
The passion took a turn when nothing else happened but hotel management happened. And when I entered the college, in about 6 months, I was very, very sure that I wanted to become a chef. And I think from there on, it's just been a journey with no looking back.
Most people get discouraged when they enter hotel management. They're like, this is way too hard for me. There's too many 6 rules and everything else. But how did you cope with it? What changed for you? Like, okay, this is what I want to be.
So I think, that is something that I must give glory to God, because I think He's shaped me like that. Unless I was shaped like that, I would have never been fitting in that model at all, because I think it is a very tough ground. And I think every chef who decides to become a chef very early in his life is someone who's been gifted. That's what I feel and believe, because it's difficult. It's also challenging in every possible genre of your life, whether it's family, whether it's your creativity, whether it's your own personal quest to life, because sometimes you're left with questions that are unanswered. You're seeing your son grow and you're not with him. You're seeing your son saying hi papa and bye papa and nothing in between, and you still have to go with that emotion and say, no, I've got to do my day's job, and then come back home when your child is sleeping and you don't have interactions with them. So you come across those situations where life is tough, but then you choose to stand just like how an army man will stand.
Amazing. You describe yourself as a global chef with a Desi heart, right? Talk to me more about that. Why global chef with Desi heart?
So, my upbringing has been in small cities. God's been very, very kind and, giving me places where I don't deserve. Like I said, that, a Sonipat boy doing his first year of BSc, going on an Atlas cycle. How much can he think of his life?
Right.
I mean, he could have possibly become a manager in some company. That's about it, right? That's the biggest you can think of. And that's what I would think. But then God just started to take me to places. And with hotel management, came OCLD. After OCLD came,
Can you explain what OCLD is? So people
Okay,
don't know what that
OCLD is like IIT for hoteliers.
Oh,
right?
lovely.
It is a postgraduate program, so which means you when you finish your hotel management and
Right.
then you come into this.
Hmm.
And in my time, in 1998, when I first applied for it, never got through it. 1999, the course never happened. In 2000, I got through it.
Hmm.
264,000 students had applied
Whoa.
for 13 seats.
Oof.
So UPSC, in comparison, has 60% more seats than OCLD. So
Oh my goodness.
yeah, so that was tough.
Tough
and
competition. Yeah.
one is to get through OCLD, the other is to get out of OCLD. OCLD stands for Oberoi Center of Learning Development.
Mm-hmm.
And Oberoi hotels actually spend about 25 lakhs per student in 2 years
Wow.
to train them. So I got trained, and I'm very, very, thankful to Oberoi Hotels for making me who I am, because that was shaping in those 2 years. And post that, I joined Marriott, worked there for about 4 years, then moved to London, worked there for about 3 years, headed a restaurant there, came back to Marriott in Goa. And then MasterChef happened. And
Right.
simultaneously, I also moved from Marriott to Starwood. Eventually, Starwood became Marriott. So, so then I was heading this hotel in Mumbai called Westin Mumbai Garden City. And 2014, I realized that I think I'm making too much money for someone else.
Wow.
I need to-
Where's my money now? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's my time now? Yeah.
So I think that's where I realized that me and my wife, we said, let's do something of our own. And that's when we started Zion Hospitality.
Right.
And Zion Hospitality now is a full-service restaurant consulting company where we have opened about 45 restaurants,
Mhm.
India and abroad.
Oh, amazing. And this is all, hospitality, like restaurants.
Purely restaurants and hotels.
Superb. When you first got your first head chef, when you got that job, what going through your mind? How did you react to that? And did you were like, okay, I made it?
Well, this feeling is so surreal, but you got to put your head on the shoulders every day you can come inside the kitchen.
Yeah.
Because you are leading a team which is a mixture of all those emotions which you also gone through. So whilst you were growing up, you also had frustration, you also had killer instincts, and you also had amazing zeal to reach to the top. And to handle those kind of people, you got to be the best, right? So if you don't have that bunch with you, then you're running a team of people who are loose and flack, and then you don't achieve what you want to achieve. But if you want really fiery people working with you, then this is who you have to become. So you have become sharper than the sharper. So when you are leading that team, you can't have that feeling that, wow, I've got made it. So I remember Gordon Ramsay once saying that the day I say I stop learning is the day I die.
Right.
I might as well go and dig my own grave. So we can never say that we've arrived. We can never say, because this food is just such a large subject, which cannot be done by anybody in one lifetime.
Amazing. That's such a lovely statement that, the moment I stop learning, I die. And I think I have that same philosophy in life as well.
Yeah.
And it really helps you,
Yeah.
I remember when I got this RJ job, it's my dream actually to be an RJ. So when I got this, I was like, oh, I got it. Like, is this what's going on? But you can, as you mentioned, every day to come in and do the work. You realize how much of work that goes into this.
Yeah.
And it's a lot. And they've got dedication at the same time.
I believe you. And also, we have a lot of Hindi-speaking people working in the kitchen. So
Right.
I say it in a very funny way. कि भाइयों अपने गाड़ी से L की प्लेट कभी मत निकालना.
In Bangalore, we should have LP plate. No, we're going to get abused for sure. But
Yeah.
I want to ask you one question. I was on the show, as mentioned, The Bear. There's one thing they keep saying, hands. What does that mean? They keep saying hands.
So, I think any chef or any kitchen works with, tight principles.
Right.
And each kitchen may have their own slang.
Right.
Like, for example, yes, chef.
Yes, chef,
something
yes.
is that it's like sanctum. You hear that and you say, okay, I've got command in the kitchen.
Yes.
It's like the military and saying, how's the Josh? Hi, sir. It's like
yeah.
that. So when we say hands, which means that now is the time to come and do things, right? So it's an order which is coming, so this is the 10 fingers that create everything, right? Everything in our body is orchestrated. I don't know if you've seen the movie Ratatouille, but
I do. Yeah,
so
of course.
the rat pulling the hair, what was moving? It wasn't the legs, it was the hands, right?
Yeah.
So it's the hands that bring about everything. So like, now hands, come on. So it's that, like we all come together. All hands on the deck.